Lots of animes have main characters that have a hard time talking to their crush, whether it's because they're shy, nervous, or some other random reason. But this anime kind of has a twist to that concept. Our MC has a hard time talking to his crush, not because he's shy, not because he's nervous, but because he can't really understand her. The premise caught my attention, so I decided to give the anime a chance. The anime is called I Fell in Love with an Okinawan Girl, but I just wish I knew what she was saying. It starts off with us getting introduced to Nakamura, who moved from Tokyo to Okinawa. He ends up getting a crush on a girl named Kaien, but the thing is, he has a hard time talking to her. But like I mentioned before, it's not because of any of the regular reasons like being shy or nervous. No, he can't understand her. It's because of her accent. It's extremely thick. I'm not really sure what the English equivalent would be. Maybe it's like Shakespeare? Or maybe it's more like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
911. I ain't here, little megalomart man. Go dig boom, man. There's a fire.
Anyway, he can understand some things, but not everything. Same goes for the audience. Sometimes the subtitles will not tell you exactly what she's saying. Luckily, there's Keien's friend, Higa, who is willing to translate what Keien is saying. I'm probably pronouncing their names wrong, so please forgive me. Nakamura is jealous that everyone can understand Kia, but Higa isn't just translating, she's also teaching him. But the reason why she's teaching him isn't just out of the kindness of her heart. No, she has a crush on him and she's using this situation as an excuse to talk with him. So instead of our main character being the nervous one, she is. So that's the core setup to this rom-com. He doesn't understand what she's saying, she translates, and then we get to learn a little bit about Okinawa. Episode 1 was pretty episodic in the sense that we kind of just jump from one situation to another. And along the way, we learn about Okinawa. For example, a lot of people have the last name Higa, so they tend to use people's first names. So we have a situation where he says her last name out loud, but a lot of people think that he's talking to them. In another scene, we find out that Higa's first name is Kanan, and if you pronounce it in a certain way, it can mean I love you. So then we get a scene revolving around that. Okinawa has the saying for when you get scared and your soul leaves your body, they have to say a certain phrase to get your soul back into your body. And then we have a scene surrounding that aspect of Okinawa. We learned that Okinawans don't really say goodbye, but see you later instead, because they're on an island, so they're bound to run into each other again. So we learned a lot about Okinawa, so this episode was pretty light on the romance. We have that scene of him accidentally saying I love you, and then we have the classic girl makes food for her crush but then is embarrassed to give said food to her crush. Kaien is hyper, bubbly, carefree, and shows no romantic interest in our main character. Higa is very Hinata-like, at least when she's around our main character. I'm rooting for her. I'm curious why she likes the main character. Hopefully it's not something stupid or too generic. Our main character isn't bad, but he isn't great. He's kind of your average good guy main character. We kind of use him as a vehicle. As he's learning about Okinawa, we're learning about Okinawa. At least he's not the loner loser type. He's just a normal guy. I'm also curious to see why he likes Kaien. Is it that he just likes her bubbly personality, or did something happen between them that we haven't seen quite yet? He's completely oblivious that Higa has a crush on him, but I'll let it slide because it is just the first episode. I did chuckle here and there while watching. For example, there's a scene where everybody learns that our main character hasn't had this particular Okinawan snack. So the whole class makes it, then the class next door makes it, then the school from across the way makes it for him. I wonder if the rest of the anime is going to be this episodic. You know, when they have different situations related to Okinawan culture with a sprinkle of romance moments here and there. Or if just the first few episodes are like this and then later on we start getting story arcs and development. I took a peek at the manga to find out, but it's still hard to tell because only 20 chapters are translated out of like somewhere between 80 to 100. I have a feeling that most of the episodes are going to be like episode 1, but every once in a while we'll get one that's more focused on romance. Or they'll save all the romance stuff for the season finale like a lot of romance anime tend to do. So again, Higa likes the main character but is keeping that a secret. Our main character is keeping it a secret that he has a crush on Kaien, so I'm pretty sure that none of them are aware of each other's feelings. So I wonder if there's going to be any kind of love triangle drama. Probably not, it doesn't seem like that kind of anime. Overall, I enjoyed the first episode. It had some funny moments, some cute ones, and along the way we got to learn a little bit about Okinawa. The show hasn't caught my full attention quite yet, so I'll probably give it a few more episodes, but I don't see myself actually finishing the series. It's a bit too slice of life for me. Don't get me wrong, wacky stuff does happen, but nothing too crazy. I like my rom-coms a bit more unhinged, like The 100 Girlfriends and Tomo-chan. Speaking of The 100 Girlfriends, if I'm being honest, I'm kinda just using this romance series as a filler until season 2 of The 100 Girlfriends drops. By the time you guys see this video, season 2 has probably already started, and I've probably already dropped this series. So do you plan on watching this anime? Have you already seen it? Are there any other new anime you want to hear me talk about? Please leave your comments down below. And if you liked this video, like the video, and if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this has been Broken, and I'll catch y'all next time.